show up in the spell list before Heal More, and there is no Hurt More spell. So this will complicate matters because our players will have to find other ways to grind the necessary experience to take out whichever monster happens to be guarding the princess and find their way around the map. But we are now underway, so let's take a look. We've got a torch and some gold in the throne room, as well as the requisite key. So we'll have a little bit of a grinding start. It looks like player stats aren't too bad to start out with. We've got 14 attack power, 8 defense for those running strength HP, and Veil UV running strength agility has a little bit higher hit points right at the moment, a little bit lower agility. Depending on the build that you choose, those stats will actually be lower at the outset. So J. Coper right into the field. Everybody is out now. It looks like Vale's going to save real quick. J. Coper has popped his head into this cave to the west of Tantagel and found the Staff of Rain, which is not required in this seed. And he's gone north to find Remulder. So this opening gold, Tilo and J. Coper both will be able to use this to buy some keys to start out with. So an interesting start here.
Yeah, I was kind of convinced that the last race was so quick because of the ability to grind so fast, and then we find Remulder right next door, so we still got that ability to grind.
Yeah, definitely. Being able to pick up these keys, check out the Tantagel Treasury right away. You're, of course, looking for those cursed belts. So the sooner you get eyes on one of those, the better off you'll be. Tilo's going to be the first to check this single chest in Remulder. And it is a pair of wings. So in this flag set as well, one thing I didn't get to is that this also features the short Charlock and open Charlock flags, which means the rainbow drop is not required. The bridge is already completed. You can access Charlock Castle at any time, and you will immediately enter into the lowest floor of the castle, so that treasury is available to you so long as you have keys, which our runners now do. And J. Coper is going to hit level 2, so we'll get a look at this. Power of 8, response speed 4, hit points 7, magic points 5.
And it looks like Tilo is going to be right behind as long as he can take out this this magician. It's going to be close. And we've got J. Coper as the first one into the treasury. We've got gold and another magic key. Another magic key. And wings. So not really a whole lot of anything good in there.
Yeah, 2 keys for the price of 1, about the only thing that you'll see there. There's probably no reason to head back to the treasury at any point during the seed, but J. Coper is going to take a look in the basement as well, as Vale makes his way to the treasury as well. Tilo content to grind here. He did pick up some equipment in the Remulder shop. I believe that is leather armor and a club, so his statistics are a little bit higher than the others at this point.
Looks like J. Coper's got the grave, looks like to me, and down in his corner. It's hard to see without the light, but based on his movements, it's what it looks like. Oh, and Tilo taking a death to that armored knight. Or, no.
Yeah, J. Coper locked in combat with his armored knight. It does have the spell of hurt, so that makes it a little bit less lethal than usual. But we're not going to get to see any more of the grave at this point. That does mean, however, with 5 more chests available underneath Tantagel Castle, that a Cursed Belt grind could be available there later in the seed. But right now, the statistics probably too low to make much of a foray there, so J. Coper is going to head back into the field and start picking up some experience points. Level 3 upcoming for J. Coper. 3 power, 1 agility, 1 hit point, 22 magic points, and a new spell. And that spell is... not quite sure. J. Coper didn't check his spell list yet. Looks like heal, hurt, and... or no, we already had healing outside. We did pick up the spell of hurt on level 3. Hurt can actually be a very big deal in this flag set. There's no Hurt More available, of course, but it does open up some options, especially in concert with some other spells like Stop Spell and Sleep once they get those. Might be able to do some better grinding that way. Tilo's now at level 3. Jay Coper's picking up a club and leather armor with the gold chest that he fished out, so he's now on equal footing, and I believe... Did I miss the Erdrick sword pickup for Vale? Did he find it in the grave?
Yes, you did. It was the middle chest in the grave that he picked it up, and it looks like he's going to make his way down through the other door and see what's hiding in that last one as he takes a level and goes all the way up to level.
Yeah, very big deal here. Erdrick sword, of course, the most powerful weapon in the game, worth 40 attack power. So Vale UV right now on even this low level 3 is sitting here with, let's see, looks like 65 attack power. So that's a very high value for this early in the seed.
And I noticed Tilo actually went back into the grave, picked up Erdrick's sword, and is on his way to the other
Yeah, so we've got Tilo and Vale UV in the grave right now. They're heading for the bottom. We did see Swamp Cave on Jay Coper's screen, but he got taken out by that Armored Knight. Of course, that zone will share enemies with the top level of grave, so we already knew there would be some Armored Knights there, unfortunately. So Jay Coper's been unceremoniously booted from a couple of caves by those Armored Knights, and he doesn't know how much to his advantage it will be to head back into the grave at this point. He's probably going to continue exploring and looking for levels here. Vale UV and Tilo both actually also sent out of the grave as well, but Tilo has picked up level 4, 3, 1, and 13 magic points. No hit points on that level, it looked like.
It looks like Vale UV is going to be going for the gold grind, get some monies, go pick up maybe that silver shield that was over in Rimmeldor.
Yeah, we had silver shield and I believe magic armor available in that Rimmeldor shop, something we didn't really talk about. But I don't recall, I don't think there was there gold available here in the... Yes, there was. Bottom right chest, so Vale's going to grind this up. He's going to go pick up some equipment to assist him, and he'll actually be really well equipped. He'll have everything short of Erdrick's armor.
Meanwhile, Jay Coper has found the back door to Garenham, and is picking up... I missed what the first one was, but gold in the second, and an herb, so I didn't see anything to it.
Well, it was that cursed belt in the first chest, which is, of course, very important here. And Coper, I think, is just going to continue taking some chest series, at least going to buy some items, as is Tilo. So Tilo's found Garenham as well. This one's shaping up to possibly be a pretty quick one. We've got the big stick in the top of the grave, as well as some pretty decent levels in the early going, and I believe the spell of Heal More at level 4, which I did miss on that first pass, so... this is really interesting. This could also, much like the first race this evening, end up being a pretty quick seed, but we'll see exactly how this goes. A lot depends on the exact spike boss in Swamp Cave. Still a lot of work to be done here.
Yeah, meanwhile, Vale UV is just finished up the grind on the way to Rimmeldor. We're going to pick up that... most likely the armor, the shield, and we're going to see probably a little bit of grinding or some exploring. What do you...
So the interesting thing here is that with no key in any of the chests in the back of Garenham, they are going to have to reload keys before they can continue grinding cursed belts. So you don't have quite enough to fill your inventory with them right off. You're going to have to at least get some keys again. So that part will take a little bit of time, but it shouldn't take too long, and then they'll have their inventory set up. Meanwhile, Vale UV has purchased his equipment. He's got Erdrick's sword, the magic armor, and the silver shield. So he's set up really well now, even on level 3, 65 attack power, 55 defense. And he can kind of make his way around the map, exploring and picking up experience as he goes.
Well, the good thing about the chest in Garenham is there's also gold in there too, so they're not just running out of money. They're going to be able to pick up their shields and at least have money to go and buy more keys as necessary. Just got to make their way back to Rimmeldor.
Exactly. It's just going to take one trip to Rim, and then they can get the keys they need in order to finish the Cursed Belt grind. They've also got decent enough equipment that they can fight. Even Jay Coper right here is going to take down the Spectre despite not having Erdrick's Sword, so there are plenty of targets available.
And it looks like Value V has found the swamp and brought it out to the other side of Garanham. So all the players know where the swamp is, where the Cursed Belt is. This is staying pretty.
Yeah, 10 minutes, 10 and a half minutes now into the seed, and essentially all of the players have the information they need. Jay Coper is just short of Erdrick's Sword, which we know is in the grave. So we'll see if he opts to head that direction. But a big advantage right now for both Tilo and Value V that they do have the sword. But anything can still happen at this stage now that all of the players have the information that they need. So this is going to be a really interesting one.
Yeah, it's going to be a mad dash for sure. We've got no reason to go back down into the grave, at least not for Value V. Jay Coper might go back down just so that way they have the attack power without any hurt more. Gonna have to swing away if it could be anything on that trap.
Yeah, exactly. The sword opens up your options for defeating that spike boss. Sometimes if you have high enough hit points, you can even make use of the hurt spell to take down whatever it might be, if it's, say, an Axe Knight or even an Armored Knight. But for the most part, just having as many options as possible, since you don't know what abilities the spike tile boss might possess, just finding those weapons finding weapons and armor and being able to do gold grinds, that can be really useful in this seed for that specific reason.
So I have definitely lost count trying to keep track of who has how many cursed belts, and I don't know if you're able to do it, but I only see about 3 over on Value V's side, and I don't know for the.
That is completely outside of my capacity, but I think we'll have a pretty good idea. We'll know as soon as the respective players have to stop grinding the cursed belts. That'll give us our best indication. I think Tilo probably has the most right now, and he's going to continue loading up, so we know he's not quite finished yet. But once he's done, he'll probably head elsewhere to try to find a good spot to grind, and he's got plenty of options open to him with the spells that he's got, in addition to Erdrick's Sword. So it looked like on the item list there, it looks like Tilo has maybe 2 more belts that he needs. Possibly 1 more. Didn't quite catch.
And with already going back to Rimmildor and picking up the keys, we're going to see this completed here pretty soon.
So if you're just joining us, we're about 13 minutes into this race, and it probably looks, at least at first glance, like there's not much going on. 2 of our players have 74 experience on the top part of your screen there. Jay Coper with just a little bit more than that, 116 in the lead in that currently. But what our players do have are most of the necessary components for the completion of the seed apart from those levels. We have eyes on Cursed Belts in Garanham, and our both Tilo and Vale UV, as well as Jay Coper, have been grinding those Cursed Belts in order to fill the seed's win condition. So this could be really interesting. We've also seen one of the possible spike boss enemies already, and that was that Armored Knight that has the hurt spell. So that could possibly be taken down at an earlier level than usual. If our players are able to obtain, say, stop spell and some more hit points, that could actually be a somewhat of a pushover of a spike boss if that's the case.
Well, it looked like Tilo was on his way down there and met an unfortunate demise with the Dark Knight and the in the darkness. Didn't even see it coming, got taken out, and is on his way back to see what we have there. So we could find out really soon what our enemies.
Yeah, I imagine it won't be too long. I do want to point out both Jay Coper and Tilo have level 5, and that was a 5 strength, 6 agility. And that was a big hit point level. That was, say it's about 20 hit points. It's a little bit difficult to tell. I didn't actually catch the level at the time, and Vale UV is running strength agility, so his stats differ slightly. But it was a 20 plus HP level, as well as some more magic points. So, unfortunately, enemy set in the swamp cave itself is proving to be the biggest obstacle at this point. Tilo's been trying to go down there, and he hasn't been able to actually make his way to the spike tile yet. He's been booted out a couple of times now, and he's going to have to pick up some more keys, potentially.
And I don't know if you noticed, but Vale UV accidentally stepped out of Garenham and has no more keys to get back through. So now it's on a bit of an exploration mission until death.
Ooh,
Which
ooh.
Ooh, that didn't take very long with 72 damage at level 4.
That did not take very long. The DL2 Breath Wolf ambush and gets kicked right back to the start. So, like we said, we are off to a fast start in terms of information, but we still have a good bit of work to do here. And Tilo looks like he's going to try flinging some hurt spells at this Armored Knight. But the Armored Knight does have a stop spell, in fact. That's the first time I've seen that to this point. So the Armored Knight has hurt and stop spell. So this is about as much of a pushover of an Armored Knight as you might hope to see, but even if you're trying the hurt strats, if you get your spell stopped somewhere along the line, then you're not going to be able to take this out. So this is... oh, and there it is. Tilo just got his spell blocked, and so he's going to take some swings here, and he is doing some damage because he's got 73 attack power here. This is not necessarily out of range, but he can't heal anymore either. So this is really interesting, trying this at level 5. And the Armored Knight is very content to just continue flinging hurt spells of its own and is getting out-damaged out-damaged by our hero at level 5. And it is toast. The Armored Knight is down, and Tilo's actually going to pick up a level here for his efforts, level 6. 1 power, 9 hit points, 1 magic point, and a new spell. That is Return. So also of use getting outside of Swamp Cave once you've rescued the princess. Then you can cast Outside and Return, but we still of course need to find out what our spike tile is. So if this Armored Knight, I think Tilo's probably hoping beyond hope that this is an Armored Knight on this spike tile, because honestly he could actually legitimately win the game right now based on that fight we just saw.
I don't know if you saw that, but Jay Coper was actually able to encounter and take out a Metal Slime, bringing him up to level 7. Stats look pretty good. They're up on the screen for you right now. I can't tell what the difference is for it, but it looks +4 on strength, +2 on agility, +3 for the hit points. MP went up significantly, and AP went up. I'm sorry, no, it did not. Still looks really good.
Yeah, I mean, the stats at the early levels have been tremendous. I mean, this is feeling like kind of your ideal Cursed Princess seed, to be perfectly honest. It's just been really smooth so far, plenty of information available. There have been some deaths, but they've all been relatively close to home, and all of the things that our players need are also close to home themselves. So, I mean, I don't know what else you could really hope for in a seed like this one.
Do we have Jay Coper making his way over to the spike tile to see what's hiding there? But finds a beautiful metal scorpion. Not so fast, Jake.
Yeah, these sort of lower mid-tier enemies have been bigger roadblocks at points so far. We've seen the wolf with DL2 breath, and we've now seen the metal scorpion with DL2 breath. Jay Coper is grinding his cursed belts now here in the back of Garenham, as Tilo continues to try to take out some monsters, punching well above his level 6 weight there, taking out a Demon Knight.
Well, Well, that Heartmore is definitely going to help when it comes to the spike tile, because you've got the ability to heal as long as you can outlast no critical hits. You should be able to get.
Yeah, they have enough HP that they're able to tank hits from basically anything at this point. As long as it's not DL2 breath, one attack isn't going to kill them. So the Heal More spell can get you into range where you can survive pretty easily, even against some more difficult enemies. You see Tilo going after another Demon Knight here. Looks like Jay Coper's got 3 more torches to dispose of after that Curse Belt, so he's just about finished his Curse Belt grind as well. Tilo's rapidly on his way to level 8, so at the moment he looks like he'll be the first player there.
Question in chat asking where Tilo's at. Tilo is in the Swamp Cave. That's pretty much where all of our heroes have been hanging out for the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, just about. And I'm not quite sure, but I think this might be the spike tile. And if this is the blue dragon on the spike tile, then this is an enemy that can actually, if you have full resources, you might be able to take this out, but it's tough to find windows to swing on 55 hit points, and it looked like that blue dragon was just attacking the entire way. So they're gonna need some more hit points in order to manage this, I think, or at least significantly improve defense. In that regard, Veil UV might actually be in a slightly better position at the moment, as long as he can continue to pick up some levels, because he does have that magic armor and silver shield.
Yeah, I agree. I think that if Jay Coper or Tilo are to go back down, it looks like Tilo is maybe going to be going for the gold grind after all. Finally has it open to him. So does Tilo remember the silver shield and the magic armor are right next door?
If he does, that would make things really interesting. I suspect he's close enough to level 8 now. Level 8 comes at 600 experience points total. So I would expect that he would at least check level 8 to see if there's better stats there before he would make a run at it. But it's certainly not out of the realm of possibility that with magic armor, silver shield, and Erdrick's sword that you could take out that blue dragon even on level 7. With the Heal More spell and 71 magic points, as long as you can get to that tile on full resources, that's a battle that could be managed.
And that's a battle we might be seeing right now over on Veil UV's side, as he is taking on the blue dragon and taking those hits pretty good, keeping the health up a little bit. We might. So this is pretty interesting over on Veil UV's side. It's getting close. The dragon is hurting, but able to withstand most of it. Took a gamble on that one with only 25 hit points left, and the dragon hitting for upwards of 24 or more. So that was a close one, but it looks like it's whittling away pretty nicely.
Yeah, Veil UV working with 60 defense points right now, so that means the blue dragon can hit for a maximum of 34 on any given melee. Bottoms out at 17, so there are windows to swing occasionally. He's going to have to make a decision here. He's going to try an herb and possibly fish for a double. I don't know how possible that is, but he's not going to get it on this pass.
No, I had to go for it. Ran out of resources and heals, but are we going to see it go back to it and hope for a crit, or do you think we're going to see some quick levels?
I would guess some quick levels. The levels are pretty, like I said, they're pretty attainable here. Still, you see Tilo taking on this Demon Knight. If he takes it out, he is going to be level 8. We'll get our first look at those statistics.
I was so excited watching the blue dragon take a beating that we missed. Tilo actually did go over and pick up the silver shield, but did not grind enough to get the magic armor. So definitely an increase in defense, but not the maximum of what we could have done.
Yeah, the not a bad play, frankly. The full plate and the magic armor both have the same defense points at 24, but the magic armor just confers the extra benefits. Here's Tilo's level 4, 9, 13, and 13. That could well be enough to get it done. That's going to move him up to 68 hit points. With his enhanced equipment on 63 defense, he can definitely tank a hit and get a swing in between heal mores against that blue dragon. So it looks like this is probably go mode time for Tilo.
And Tilo wasting no time, stepping right up to that blue dragon, saying, "Bring it on, let's do this now." I thought we might have had Value V earlier, but Tilo is swinging back in from the...
On average, with 82 attack power, this is probably something like a 5-swing fight, so we probably have the heal mores to get this done. It's just a matter of the rolls at this point. He's taking a swing here with his heal more left because he wants to save that for outside, but unfortunately that one didn't get it done. So he's going to get sent out of Swamp Cave, but he knows he can do this now, and with 4 resources in Swamp Cave, he's probably going to just make another run for it right away. 10 heal mores total, and you would expect he'd want to use a maximum 9 of those. Should easily be a fight that he can get done in that many swings. So I would expect Tilo to make another charge here, and barring anything unexpected, he will have a really good chance against this blue dragon on this pass.
We've got Value V is taking a little bit of a beating from a Demon Knight, having to use up some of those resources, but working his way back down to the blue dragon. I'm liking this. This is very nice.
Yeah, we've had a really interesting race so far. If you thought the first race was a jet, this one just attached some afterburners. We're about 26 minutes in here, and Tilo is taking a run at this blue dragon. He's got a very good shot of taking it out on this play, so he'll just have to, once he rescues the princess, cast outside, and he'll be essentially finished.
I don't know if we'll be doing outside. You've got to go through Swamp South, not Swamp North, to get back to the castle, unless we have return. I don't remember if we have...
Yes, they did pick up return. I believe it was level 5 or 6. So as long as he's got enough MP for both, then he can get back to the castle very expeditiously. There we go. Tilo does take down the blue dragon. He's going to open that locked door and talk to the princess. And Princess Gwaelin is so happy, at least for about the next 45 seconds, because she's about to get an unexpected surprise.
Can you really say you saved her at this point?
Perhaps not. Tilo doing a quick check of his cursed belt count. He is full up. So all he has to do is walk into the throne room and return the princess. Make sure she gets that cursed belt. So everybody feel free to get out your GGs in chat. Tilo is going to take down first place in the full 5 points in this one. Returning the princess as we speak. She would like a cursed belt. What a lovely corset.
We got Value V on his way back in. I think, 5th time's the charm for Value V on this one. Jay Coper is coming back in at level 8, but still no Erdrick's Sword, nothing better than a club over on that side. So this is, I think the next one up is going to be Value V in this easy takedown.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. It looks like he's in prime position here. Jay Coper would have a very difficult time against this blue dragon. The hurt spell's not going to do you much good. It's a little bit less, a little bit more than a coin flip to even land a hurt. So you could maybe make a play at it, but it'd be very difficult. A very low percentage fight for Jay Coper right now without that sword, and that just shows you what an advantage both Tilo and Value V had by being able to clear that top floor of grave as early as they did.
Well, as doomed as may be, Jay Coper is giving it a try with some hurts. Not effective at all, but still giving it a valiant.
He's got a lot of MP. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but you have to roll really well on your hurts, not only in terms of being able to land them, but also in the damage rolls. So, looking at dual Blue Dragon fights here, Value V does take his Blue Dragon out, and he's going to cast Repel. Of course, Repel in Dungeon's active here, so he's going to try to dodge any fights on the way to rescuing the princess. So it looks like Value V does have enough magic points to cast outside and return. Jay Coper has been sent back by the Blue Dragon. So Value V is going to come in second place here. He's rescued Princess Gwaelin. He's going to cast outside. He's going to follow that up with the return spell immediately. And Value V making his way up the brick path toward the throne room. Everybody, please get your GGs out in chat for tonight's second place finisher in the second half of our doubleheader here. Value V coming in second place. He's going to get 3 points for his efforts. That'll move him up to 6 on the league so far. By the way, Tilo with those 5 points now up to 9 points total. So some good work done by both of them here. Tilo's official SRL time was 28 minutes 26 seconds, and Value V has now finished formally official SRL time of 31 minutes 7 seconds.
GG to our runners, and Jay Coper down but not out, on the way finally into the grave, heading for that Erdrick's sword. We're going to see probably another finish up here in 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, pretty short order, I'd say. So we do have joining us here in chat our winner from this evening's race, Tilo. GG, very well done, sir.
Well, thank you, and I'm a little disappointed. I was told, I've heard all the rumors about the Lord of the Senate special, and I was waiting for the catch on that one. But no, it was a nice, fun, zippy seed.
Can you think of a much better setup for, is it possible for a Cursed Princess seed to go much better than that one did? Everything just seemed to be laid out just so.
If the belt was in the treasury and the swamp cave was behind Charlock, behind the Tantriel, but even at that, having Erdrick's sword behind Tantriel may have helped us out even more than they've been better than the swamp cave. So yeah, it just, everything set up beautifully. I was able to parlay each death or whatever into another upgrade in gear, and those demon knights that wouldn't let me run ended up doing me a favor by forcing me to get to level 8, which was all that was necessary to finish the whole thing off.
Exactly. So we also have Value V in chat with us, our second place finisher. GG Vale.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks a lot.
Doing pretty well. That was an entertaining race, a very, very zippy short seed. I want to ask both of you, whoever rolled this seed, I want them to start rolling practices for me, because it seems like all of my Cursed Princess seeds have been like hour-and-a-half marathon.
I asked for a nice seed when they were rolling it, and it delivered. So I'm very happy about that.
There was less than 3 minutes between the two of you, and that may seem like not very much, but there was so much back and forth. There was probably a good 10 minutes there where it could have went either way. Were you guys getting nervous knowing how quick this was, if you were going to take it down, or were you pretty confident that you were going to come in fast?
I was terrified because, there's, in a lot of races, you try to kind of talk yourself up mentally about, okay, well, I did this that my opponent might not have done, so this might get me the edge. But in this one, everything was right there. So there was very little, oh, well, my opponent might not have found this. Well, no, of course my opponent found keys. They were 3 feet away. The sword was right behind the castle. The swamp cave was, 10 feet away. And it just, there was nothing you could look at to say, hey, this is going to give me an edge. So it just, the whole last, 10 minutes there, my heart was kind of pounding.
It must have just felt like a high-speed chase the entire way, I have to believe. believe. It certainly did watching it from the outside perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. I felt pretty strongly because I happened to go towards the swamp cave, first, so I was thinking, okay, maybe somebody went, to the right or to the north or something. And where I really started getting nervous, and probably that might have been the difference of the 3 minutes, like I had dived to try to find out what the monster was on the tile, and I got killed on my way going down there to do it. So I had to take another exploratory dive. And I feel like I almost beat that blue dragon the first time, but I'd had just not enough magic to get through him at level 6, and so I grinded up, and 7 just wasn't looking good enough. So I also went all the way to 8 on those demon knights.
Yeah, I almost had the blue dragon the round the go beforehand, but I had to sit there and I was looking at the health and saying, I think I have enough to kill it in one swing if it rolled, medium to low. I have another heal more, but I didn't trust myself to be able to run away from him and the rest of the, creatures in the swamp. So I said, I'm gonna take my chance at not using this last heal more, so I have it for outside, and it didn't pay off for me that time.
Yeah, both of your runs were actually very similar in strategy and time. You both took exploratory dives to figure out the spike tile. You both had battles with the blue dragons that were one swing away. It was a nail biter for sure. We got Jay Coper has picked up his princess, last of his curse belts, bringing her to the king.
Well, GG there, Jay Coper.
Yeah, Jay Coper returning the princess as we speak. Is he? And he has actually. Oh, I believe he miscounted on his cursed belts. Oh, that's unfortunate. So he actually ended up taking the forfeit there. But he was finished. He was just missing one belt.
Oh no.
So he did do everything necessary. He just needed one more belt, and he cast Return out of the back of Garanham there. So he unfortunately did not finish. He did forfeit out of the seed. But everything job done there for Jay Coper.
I actually did a Cursed Princess exhibition for our week 5 round in the tournament, since me and my opponent were both already eliminated, and when that happened, I saved so many times before rescuing the princess because I was terrified of messing up my count. Me and my opponent were both already eliminated, because it's scary because if you make a mistake, then you're done. You've got to reset the seed, and it's not fun.
Yeah, for sure. So we do have Jay Coper joining us now in chat. GG, Jay Coper.
Hey, thanks. GG, guys. I'm pretty surprised they finished before me. Well, surprised and then not surprised, because surprised since I got the metal slime, that was good. Not surprised because the Erdrick sword was just right there for the taking, and I didn't go back in there after I got killed by that armored knight early. So, yeah, that would have been nice to have. But anyway, it's disappointing I screwed up the winning thing. I would have liked to see what happens when you actually do it. I thought I had enough. I thought that I only had one torch in my inventory when I had last filled up on items, so I don't quite understand what happened there. But I don't know. It doesn't matter. Obviously I was last anyway, so, and I felt like I played well, so yeah, it wasn't my night here, I guess, again.
Yeah, I'd agree with that assessment. I think you did play the seed quite well. I think it was just a matter of, from our bird's eye view, it looked like the turning point was definitely Tilo and Vale UV picked up Erdrick's sword in the grave within just a short period of time of one another, and then enabled them to fight some more things in Swamp Cave and so forth to pick up the necessary levels a little bit more quickly.
Yeah. So I don't know. Did they either of them get killed by an armored knight within a few steps of entering, and or did they just get in there and get the sword? I guess.
I'm pretty sure I was able to run away from my armored knight. It took a few turns, but he only had stop spell and hurt, so I
yeah.
had the turns to burn.
He also has an armored knight attack though, so he chooses to use that on occasion.
I was fortunate enough to not encounter an armored knight my first dive into the grave, so I didn't have the only things I saw before I got the sword was the Magitrake, so definitely RNG was in my favor on that one.
Yeah. So I guess that's been the story of this Dragon Warrior Rando League for me. Just bad luck all 3 weeks for the most part. So, but whatever. I appreciate this league and having the interesting goals and stuff like that. It's more interesting than just playing the same game over and over again. I mean, there's merit to both ways, but it's fun to try to strategize for different things. So, yeah. Anyway, good game, guys. Good luck in future weeks, and thanks for the commentary, restream, tracking, and everything like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to jump on that as well. Like I really have been enjoying being able to do like a different flag set every week, and practicing, different ways to play the randomizer. Each new improvement kind of adds a new breath to this already really fun game.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun watching and commentating. Once again, thank you guys so much for letting me come in here and do this. I really enjoyed it. I've actually taken quite a bit of a step away from this league after the last season just because of personal things, and I volunteered to come in and do the commentary tonight, and I'm blown away by just the changes and how fast it is. It's great to see. I love it.
Yeah, couple of very interesting seeds tonight as part of our double header. So I do want to pose the question really quickly. Any of our racers, anything else you'd like to add before we start to wrap things up here?
I just thank you again to you guys, all our volunteers, for helping put this on so people can watch it.
Absolutely. So we do want to thank, or sorry, go ahead, Vale.
Oh, I was just gonna say thanks. Same deal. Thanks to the whole team that comes together. I mean, when we watch it's pretty, amazing. Everybody that has to come together to make a tournament like this happen. So we really appreciate it, and yeah, thank you so much.
So you do see there in chat our links. Make sure you give each of our runners tonight a follow. Tilo, Vale UV, and Jay Coper, as well as our restream team. We have the Seawolf 1 and Cyberdark 86 on the tracking tonight, as well as the Lord of the Synth, Esquire, our restreamer. I do want to do a quick update of the schedule here. Tomorrow evening, we do have another doubleheader set up for you at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. We have the Group 7 race featuring Scorpion Max, Leggy Starscream, Bismarck 189, and Zarnax 42. And then followed 2 hours later at 10 o'clock Eastern by the Group 8 race featuring Jackamus Wedge, Amazing Toaster, Monsieur Slime, and the Seawolf 1. So make sure, if you're interested in watching some more Dragon Warrior Randomizer League action, you head over to the Randomania networks, check those out tomorrow night in order to catch those Week 3 races. So that's going to about do it for us tonight. I want to thank my co-commentator as well, the Wicked Viking, for volunteering this evening. It was great fun having you along.
And yeah, thank you so much. And it was great working with you as well. Thank you. And a big shout out and thank you for our runners, our chat, our viewers, everybody in here. Thank you very much.
All right, with that, I've been Archfield Monk and will continue to be into the future, but at least for this broadcast, I'm done. So we're going to head over and raid the RPG Valkyries as they continue their marathon. Stick around for some of that action, but that will do it for us here on Randomania tonight, and we'll see you again next time. Take care, all.
That was great. Thank you.